Hey everybody, so welcome back to part 3 of the trailer build. Today we're going to put on the fenders and we're going to do the axle spring over flip thing. So we got a lot to do. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to prepare for our axle flip project that we're going to do today, I went ahead and bought new U-bolts, new plates, and it came with the nuts and bolts. I got this whole set right here for about $22 on Amazon. The spring perches, some people call them saddles, I call them perches. I got these at a local store for $6 each, so we're going to use 2 of those. And then these I wasn't planning on doing this until this morning. These are new shackle hangers for the rear, for the springs at the rear. Okay, well there you go. That made a huge difference. That actually raised it up because I measured from the ground up to this rail right here with it level, and it was 17¼ inches, and now it's 22 inches. So it raised it 4¾ inches, and you can see now the top of this rail is well above that tire, so that's going to let me put my fender right at this line right here, so it won't get in the way of loading with the forklift. Okay, so the top of the tire just happens to be 3 inches under this rail right here, and I just happen to have some 1 inch by 3 inch tube, so I've got that under here on top of the tire to hold the fender at the right place. I've got my alignment marks set, and I'm just going to tack it in place right now. Perfect. So you can see this is still kind of wiggly, so I think I'm going to take some angle iron and go across here with a piece of angle iron just to steady this up, because that's a little too wiggly. But let me go do the other side. So I decided I would cut some of this angle iron and weld it under the frame and put it on the fender. And it does two things. It supports the fender, squares it up, and it gives me a flat surface just in case I want to hang a little mud flap on here, because it is pretty high, and mud flap would be kind of cool. But let me get these tacked in. I like it. I'm real impressed with these fenders. They're 16 gauge steel. They're not galvanized or anything, and so they're easy to weld, and they're pretty sturdy, and they came packaged pretty good. And I opened up the box expecting them to be damaged or bent, but they were actually pretty good. Kind of made a hole on that one, but it filled in nicely. What I've noticed on these is you kind of gotta weld them like you would do expanded metal. You weld on the metal and push the puddle up onto the edge of the expanded metal. Don't try to sit there and, you know, actually weld it together like you normally would. Weld next to the expanded metal and then push the puddle up onto the expanded metal. Wow, I think those fenders turned out great. That was a good call, y'all, on the flat top fenders over the round fenders. And as you see, it's right at the top, so loading it up with a forklift won't have to go over the rails or over the fenders or anything. And then I really like putting these on. They really did good for steadying up this this fender, you know, because it is just 16 gauge steel. But I want you to look. So look at where the fender comes to the tire. Do you see that? If I hold it straight above, the only thing that you see are these little whiskers of the tire. I mean, that's right on there. I'm real impressed with how that turned out. And I didn't plan that. That just happened. This piece right here, see it comes out a little bit past this, so if I do want to hang a little mud flap on there, it's not going to be laying on the fender, so that'll be good. And so I've got 3 inches of clearance from the top of the tire to the inside of the fender well, and I don't think I'll be hitting that, and about the same, you know, clearance on each side of the tire. So that went on really good, and so that with the axle flip, and that turned out really nice. I'm really impressed with how this turned out, and you can see even with the fenders on, it's still straight across to the other side. I like that. All right. Okay, so the project's really coming along good. I've already had a couple of people stop by and wanting to buy it. So there's a couple of things that I want to talk about that I need your help on. One of them is time to start talking about the paint. What color are we going to paint this? Do we want to do the classic black? So what I want to use is I want to use this paint right here, Rust-Oleum Professional Oil Base. I use this on a lot of projects. So rather than just leave it open, because I don't want y'all to say purple with gold stripes, I'm going to give you some choices. It's either black, like every other trailer in the world, or gray. They make it in a gray color, and they make it in a safety red, and they make it in a blue, safety blue. And I'm good with any of those. My favorite color is gray. And they also make a hunter green, sort of like a John Deere green. I think that'd be pretty cool. So gray, black, red, blue, or green. That's five color choices. So we want to think about that. And then the other thing, now that I've done the axle flip, the back of the trailer, I'm sorry for all the cars, at the top of the wood is going to actually be 28 inches off the ground, or off the street, whatever. So to build a ramp for this is going to be extremely long. So now I'm thinking about a dovetail. Do I want to come off the back of the trailer and make a dovetail, or do we want to do an integrated dovetail? Let me show you what that would look like. So what I'm thinking is I would take this piece out, and I would build a bracket to drop this down about 3 inches, and it would go from here down to there to make an integrated dovetail. So it'd just be in this section right here, would be dropped on this end. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for participating in this project. I really appreciate every one of y'all. Make sure you leave a comment, subscribe, and like the video for me. That helps it get seen by more people. I'm going to roll the trailer out here to the outside and hook it up to the back of my truck, so you can see what it looks like out of the shop and out in the sun. But stay tuned for that. But that's going to be right after this. Thanks y'all for watching. Have a great weekend.